Merab Dvalishvili takes out Jose Aldo. I had Jose Aldo winning this fight, and I did think a finish was possible. And I was wrong about, I think, everything. I mean, I knew that's how Merab would fight, but I didn't know that's how Jose Aldo would fight. I had faith in Jose Aldo's takedown defense, and my faith was rewarded, but Jose Aldo didn't reward himself by actually throwing. I think consensus is Merab got the better of him. Some people seem to think this fight was close. I didn't. And I think I'm in the minority according to MMADecisions.com when I say that I thought Merab won all three rounds. I thought he won the first round, I should say. That's the round of contention or whatever. And I thought Merab did more. You know, he didn't do much offensively, but he was doing something. Jose Aldo wasn't doing anything. He was trying to stop Merab from doing something. Just on that alone, the guy trying to do something wins. Jose Aldo did defend the takedown successfully, and he threw some strikes, certainly at the end of round one. You know, but other than that, his strikes they weren't thrown. He didn't throw them with ill intent. And I know that's easy for me to say, but look, it's not like I haven't seen every Jose Aldo fight ever. He didn't try to win in this one. And that can't be rewarded. Merab Dvalishvili didn't try to finish Jose Aldo. Although, you know, once he got to the ground, theoretically, he would have been trying to. But Merab's no submission artist. He's a rider anyway, a grinder. And he didn't even get to that point. He got to the point where if you can't grind and ride, you can smother. So that's what he did. He pinned Jose Aldo against the cage and smothered him. It was wall and stall. Really how I expected Usman versus Leon to go. And it did for some part, but whatever. It didn't really play out that way. But Merab, you know, he wasn't able to take Jose Aldo down, but that doesn't mean he's still not a cardio machine. When the wrestling machine doesn't win, the cardio machine will win. Certainly against a guy that doesn't make anything happen. I thought Jose Aldo, anytime he was at range, he needed to throw something. He needed to have a purpose. All right, I'm going to throw my hands and attack the leg. Or just throw a naked leg kick or whatever. Just do something. And he didn't do anything. A lot of it was just standing around and, you know, waiting for Merab to shoot. What Jose Aldo did actively was, all right, I'm going to wait till he shoots and I'm going to be prepared and I'm going to dig in with an underhook and defend myself. And you know what? He did that perfectly for 15 minutes, but that was it. And that fight sucked the air out of the room, out of the crowd, and, you know, it was a disappointment all around. Whether you're a Merab fan, Aldo fan, and look, I'm not knocking Merab. If you can do that to Jose Aldo, and you're not in any danger of being knocked out, you can smother him, and he's not really defending you too well, then go ahead and do that. In some respects, ironically, it was similar to Matt Serra versus Chris Lytle, but that was, you know, that was much different. Lytle, even though he was defending him, whatever, and it was a close fight, they were both still trying to hurt each other in between. Jose Aldo didn't throw a lot. He wasn't, you know, attacking like Chris Lytle was in between. That was just the Merab Dvalishvili smother show. And Jose Aldo, for a guy with so much experience and, you know, every possible trait you can have as a fighter, he's got it. I thought he really underperformed and threw away the fight. You know, even round one, and I know I'm in the minority given Merab round one, but I just thought Jose Aldo didn't really do much at all. He didn't try to hurt Merab at all until the last 20 seconds. But anyway, you know, it's disappointing. The only thing that comes from this that's good, I think, is Marlon Vera. Marlon Vera, the guy that beat him, the contender that beat him, has now been defeated, and Marlon Vera has stepped on his head, and he's sitting atop Jose Aldo now. So that guy is, you know, maybe the most exciting guy in the division, or the UFC even. I mean, and I don't mean like he's exciting every second of the fight, Marlon Vera, but he always produces, you know, when he wins, it's a violent finish. But he's got a much clearer path to the title now. A much more direct path. There's still some horse shit ahead, and we got the TJ fight directly. But it was good for Marlon Vera. Jose Aldo, really rough loss, especially for a guy with so much momentum and so much fandom. Coming into the fight, coming into the cage, he was cheered louder than anybody. More loudly than anybody, I should say. And that was awesome for him. And, man, all those fans, even though they didn't express it, they were disappointed in him. I know they were, because I was. And as for Merab, this fight, I don't want to say it didn't do him any favors, because it did him a lot of favors. He beat Jose Aldo, one of the greatest fighters ever. You can win by disqualification over Jose Aldo, and that's something you could tell your grandkids about. He got a clear, in my opinion, victory over Jose Aldo. So, no matter what the case was, whether it was the altitude, whatever, blah, 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 or yada, yada, he's got a win over Jose Aldo. And although it didn't do him favors in terms of a title shot, it won't be long before he gets one. Well, I don't know. If it's Aljamain Sterling, as he said, he's not going to fight Aljamain Sterling, so I guess he won't get one. But when he does get one, you better believe that'll be the case that's made, is he beat Jose Aldo and blah, 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 and whatever. But that's what beating Jose Aldo gets you. No matter how you did it, it's going to get you the respect. So, yeah, not the greatest fight, but, it was still interesting nonetheless.